One beer on a date helps to take the edge off a little bit. After 2 beers, that edge is starting to get a little bit blurry.
Oh.
By 3 and
quick.
4 beers, you
Yeah.
might be licking the edge of the bar top. And one of our listeners says he had a few drinks with a lady he met off the dating apps.
Yeah.
And after a handful of alcoholic beverages, he demanded something from the bartender that was definitely not on the menu. And we're going to find out if that's the reason he's not getting a call back when we do your brand new second date update next. Brooke, if you were single and on the dating apps right now, some of them ask you to be kind of punchy and fun on your profile.
Yeah.
So give me a couple sentences for your bio that you think would attract a man.
I don't know. It's all so generic that comes to my head, like adventurous. Lame. You know, like,
You know it, though.
You can say that after. Lame.
yeah, I love food. Feed me. I don't know.
Oh, that's my
like,
number one thing.
Maybe your sarcasm and pessimism in the bio would be attractive to a guy.
I would say optimistic. Wink, wink.
Oh,
No.
wait.
Is that
was a sarcasm.
Some
That's
sort
just
of
kind of
like
confusing.
I
bedroom
feel like I'm
hint?
optimistic. I don't
I'd
know
be
why
like,
you always
is this
say I'm
wink, wink?
pessimistic.
Is this girl an escort?
Yeah. Well, I bring it up because one of our listeners, Dan, says he met a woman online. And Dan, I'm curious, what was in her bio that drew your attention?
Well, yeah. So, first of all, she was very attractive and she just had a very inviting vibe.
Okay.
Okay.
And she was funny, too. Like, she said she was into good stories, the outdoors, and sourdough bread.
Ooh.
Sourdough. Oh.
Interesting. Yeah.
And if she's into making sourdough bread, that is an art.
What's the
right.
funny part?
Well, she said that she's TSA pre-checked.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh.
That's
Like
a bonus.
us, all the cool kids have that.
I think so. I mean, I got it too. But she
Nice.
was very demanding and said, I can't go out with anybody that's not TSA pre-checked.
Oh.
But it
It
also
makes sense,
says about
though.
you that you're well-traveled, right? Because
And
if it's a priority for you to get that
Well-traveled,
done.
but also impatient about
Yeah.
traveling, too.
Yeah.
I just don't want to take my shoes
Efficient.
off.
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
And so
efficient.
we never got her name. What is she called?
Her name is Kavina.
Kavina.
What a
Oh.
pretty name.
Sweet.
Sounds exotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say to her to get her attention?
Well, I said that my passport only has 2 pages left on it.
Oh.
That's a cool way to say you're well traveled.
I'm still looking to find my next adventure.
A little cheesy, but she
Yeah.
liked it.
Hey, she went for it. What can I
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
If
I
it
say
works,
good
it
for you,
works.
man.
So what did you end up doing for your date?
We matched and we went to a bar.
Okay.
She recommended the place. It was a nice place and
Yeah. Keep it simple.
keeping it simple. There was some food there, or so I thought. But when she first arrived, she walks in and her hair was different than the pictures that she had online.
How dare
I
she?
hate that.
I would have left.
I want to
I'm
marry
kidding.
one hairstyle for the rest of my life.
You're
Like
a
a different
liar.
color?
I don't
No.
think he's saying it's an issue, you
I
guys.
know. I'm just messing, bro.
Did you not recognize her or something because of it?
It took me a second, and also like her hair was shorter. She had like a short kind of crop haircut,
Okay.
Oh.
and
Cute.
she looked really good. And I just never thought in a million years that I would be into a woman with short hair, mainly because my mom has short hair.
Oh, yeah. That
But
makes sense.
Totally different from my mom, and it was it's like really good.
That turns out to be the case usually.
A lot younger
Yeah.
than your
Please
mom.
don't.
So, you know.
Please don't tell me you told her that. Like, dang, you look good. Way different than my mom.
I kept that to myself.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Everything sounds great so far.
How was the bar?
Oh, it was good. They were actually doing a charity night.
Cool.
You know,
Brooke was
Why do
probably
you
there.
say oh like that, Jeffrey? Like down.
I don't know. Charity just doesn't sound like that sexy.
Come on, drink for
What is
charity,
it?
Jeff.
Depends what it is.
this was definitely a good cause. They were doing half of the proceeds going to kids in need.
Oh,
Okay.
shots. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Get
we're
wasted
That's
for the
interesting.
kids.
It's a very generic cause, but I like
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
now Brooke has
Well,
problems with the...
you know. Doesn't sound like you did a lot of research, but okay.
It doesn't sound like you knew that was even happening when you went
Yeah.
there.
No, but Kavina and I actually kind of had a little inside joke out of it.
Oh.
Like, as we got each round, we would say it like, oh, we better get wasted for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first
Oh,
thing
yeah.
I thought.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
You having inside jokes already? It sounds like you
Yeah.
guys are really vibing on this date.
It was. Now, I will say that we did get a little out of hand. I mean, we definitely both had a few drinks.
See, I almost asked because now you feel like you need to drink more in a sense to help as many kids as you can.
Yeah, otherwise it looks like you don't like kids.
Yeah, oh, you're only having
Exactly.
one? Ew.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like the right thing to do. And then after about 4 drinks, I called the bartender over and started demanding that they serve us sourdough bread.
Oh.
Oh.
Like a medieval knight. I shall bring the lady the bread made of sourdough.
Yes.
That's not. No.
Was she
It's
laughing?
thoughtful, right?
The voice, though, I think is what Alexis
And
is
calling
into.
over the bartender. That's,
I don't know. She started saying yes, unhand thee thy sourdough bread.
Oh, she was on the same
okay.
Renaissance sourdough bread jokes as you.
Like I said, it was a little goofy, like you called it.
Yeah.
So did security throw you out then, or did it happen after this?
No. We overall we had a great time. We ended the night responsibly.
Good.
Started getting some waters and sobering up.
Boo.
Well, the bread helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah, little something to coat it all.
Uh-huh.
And walked her out to her Uber. And while we were standing there waiting, we had a nice conversation about just the mistakes that we made in life, our dreams.
So you ended with a 3-minute super serious conversation.
See, this is what happens when you sober up and eat bread. You should have gone harder on the drinks, man.
I know. I'm kind of with Jeff. Did you not make out?
No, there was a hug.
So have you heard from her at all?
A little bit. I mean, a couple very short text responses and mainly try to make plans, but it's just kind of like, I'm busy. I'd like to know why she's brushing me off.
Me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Weird.
Well-
Wonder if you didn't get wasted enough for the kids.
Yeah, I don't feel wasted enough to do this call. Let's play a song and take some shots.
Yeah, charity.
I like the eating bread part too, though. Can we do that too?
But that
I like
doesn't
bread.
help the kids, Brooke.
No, but I really like bread.
Let's get drunk for the kids and get your second date update right after this. When a dark and handsome knight is at a rectangular table, not a round table,
No.
rectangular, because it's a bar,
Yeah.
and he drinks too much grog and pounds his fists and demands sourdough bread be brought hither, you know that's a man who commands respect and delicious gluten for his fair maiden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or gets
real
kicked out of
man.
the bar, which he didn't do, luckily. But,
But that is what happens when you drink too much.
Yeah.
You start to sound like you're from the Middle Ages. And
Is that what happens to you? I don't think that's very common. It's what happens to him.
well, yeah, maybe I haven't drank as much as Dan
He
did.
had
Oh,
4
you-
drinks.
Well,
I think you've had 4 beers.
maybe they were doubles
Okay.
or triples.
beers.
Okay.
But
Dan.
he realized that something weird was happening. That's why towards the end of the night, both Dan and Kavina sobered up before grabbing their Ubers. Now,
What?
we will command her in an English accent to go out with Dan once more.
I don't think that'll
That's what
work.
women respect
I
in a
think
man.
we're going to go with an ask politely and respect her boundaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually what we're going to do, Jeff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
King Arthur should have asked politely to storm the castle and take over the kingdom.
Yeah.
Is that what he should have done?
I think Guinevere was probably in charge then, so it's fine.
Oh.
Oh, this is Dan's second date, though. Dan, how would you like to handle this?
I see what you guys are doing here.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't.
You're trying to send me in on a Trojan horse of sorts.
Oh, we are like a Trojan
yeah.
horse. We got you.
We've gone from the Middle Ages to ancient Greece.
Yeah.
I'm going in under the guise of this radio station,
Yep.
and as soon as we get into the conversation, I'm
Right.
going to burst out on the scene.
Yeah.
I like your plan better than
Yeah.
our plan. Let's
Just don't-
Trojan horse this girl.
Just don't pull out your Excalibur.
Don't Google search that. I don't even know what it means, but I'm just gonna go with don't.
All right. Well,
Or at least if you do put parental restrictions on the search.
There you go.
right.
There we
All
go.
Well-
Let's just call her on
Yeah.
on a cell phone.
all right. We're bringing it
Yeah.
back to the modern times.
Sounds good.
We're dialing a phone number and
Thank
seeing
you.
what she has to say. Let's do it.
Hello.
Hello, is this Kavina?
Yes. Who is this?
Hey, my name is Jeff from a radio show you've definitely heard of before. It's
Yeah.
called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Look at you demanding. Hi, Kavina.
Hi. What's going on?
What's going on is we're doing a radio segment called a second date update. Is that
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Because We're trying to help out one of our listeners who you went out with the other night named Dan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow is right. Dan is quite the man.
Yeah, he's a wower.
Dan sounds like a cutie. You guys had a good time?
Yeah, we had a really good time.
Okay.
Great. Well, we'd like to set you up on another date.
Oh, we're going to keep this short and simple. I like it.
Well, she said she had a good time. No
Yep.
problems whatsoever. Am I right, Kavina?
Yeah, at the beginning, like, he was chill and funny, but the end of the night was a little bit weird for me.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
What part of the end of the night?
Well, I guess when we were waiting for our Uber, we were just kind of talking about how crazy dating is and like sharing some of our experiences. And he said that he had actually cheated on one of his previous girlfriends.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's not really
Yeah.
first date conversation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right at the end.
yeah.
Jeez.
What an impression to leave you with.
I mean, well, why was that bad? I'm just curious.
Oh, my.
I guess, like, I know everybody has their stuff, but he mentioned that he was like really drunk when it happened. So that is a red flag for me because I feel like, I don't know. I just,
Exactly.
like,
I was
once a
drunk
cheater,
when
always
it
a cheater.
happened, which means that I'm not actually responsible for it.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I was honest with you.
That
Whoa.
should not be your
Dan,
defense,
You
bro.
hold on a
just say
second.
I'm not responsible for
Yeah,
it.
that's like the worst defense.
Well, Kavina, if you couldn't tell that, that's Dan who's been listening politely on the other line.
Yeah, I was glad to hear that you had a good time, and
Okay.
Focus on that.
really don't. I'm really sorry that if I give the impression that I intend on repeating that behavior in any way. I just, some things just happen when alcohol is involved.
What?
Yeah, but you still take
Yeah.
responsibility for him. It's like,
I do agree with that. It happened
Okay.
a long, long time ago in a galaxy. No, I don't know. It
I mean,
happened a long time
don't
ago.
go into Star Wars.
I'm
now.
getting some mixed messages from Dan
Yeah.
here.
I can't tell.
Dan, I feel like I just need to ask you this question. Are you drinking right now?
No,
No.
officer.
Okay.
I have not had a drink since earlier this morning.
What?
He's
What?
joking.
That's a joke.
I don't
It
know
has
if he
to be
is,
a
dude.
joke,
I
guys.
don't know.
Yeah.
He's a
I
funny
guess-
guy.
When I had my coffee.
Hey-oh.
Oh.
I like him.
Boy.
I love him.
You're a
I'll
good
take it.
time.
I'll take
I
a
want a
second
drink.
date.
Kavina, is this helping or hurting, or where are you
I
at?
mean, I'm pretty like, I feel like it's worse if you're drunk because at least if you were sober and it happened, that could be like an issue that we could work through. There's like some underlying stuff. But if you're drunk and you cheat, like I'm always going to worry that every time you have a drink, it could happen again.
Wait,
Yep.
What?
wait. Kavina, you prefer sober cheating
Yeah,
to
I
drunk
don't-
cheating?
It's a hot take.
I do.
You think that's better?
I mean, none of it's better. Like, all cheating is bad. I don't want anyone
Yeah.
to cheat. But
Totally.
if I had a preference, I think I would rather you have been sober because then we could, like, work through it.
Dan, can you agree to stay sober when you're unfaithful from now on?
That's not the question, Jeffrey.
He's got a
That's
point.
not the question.
That's what she said she wants.
No, she's talking about why she had a problem with Dan's story, right,
Yeah.
Dan?
Dan, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I agree that it is never okay to cheat. If you commit to
Okay.
someone, you should honor that commitment. And
Unless
You're drunk and you
I
can't help
mean,
it. Is that what it is?
sometimes you're just impaired and you're,
no.
not in control. Kavina, have you never lost your inhibitions around alcohol?
What?
I mean,
Have you ever,
I have, but I've never cheated on anyone. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what you're trying to do here.
yeah,
Yeah, like that.
I mean, some people lose their inhibitions. They have like one too many desserts, and they're like,
Yeah.
screw it. I'm gonna go to McDonald's
like,
on the way home.
you jump into a pool fully clothed
Yeah,
because
there
you're crazy.
you
Like
go,
you don't
Brooke.
jump into bed with somebody else because you can't control
it's a pool
it.
of women.
Yeah.
Now that's hard
I
to
mean,
not jump.
Yeah.
it feels like, Dan, that you can't take it. What it sounds like, I'm guessing for Kavina, I could be wrong, Kavina, is that you can't take responsibility for your actions.
I don't
Yeah.
see it that way.
Yeah. See, that's the issue. Yeah.
I mean, if he's drunk, of course he's not going to see it that way. But if he's sober, he probably could.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm starting to see her point.
Okay.
Well then, Kavina, can you make your friends list visible on Facebook?
Make your
Wait,
friends
what?
list visible.
That's an interesting question.
Dog you.
So wait, I'm confused. Huh, Dan?
Just saying, if you want me to cheat sober,
She's not
might as
saying
well be with people that you know.
She says she's not. It's not that she wants it. It's just her philosophy on cheating.
her
That it would
preference.
be better.
I was kidding.
This is why you don't do what ifs on a first date. Like, what if you cheated? Like, how are we already there?
Yeah, we're not doing what ifs on a first date. We're doing what ifs for the second date
Okay.
that we will send you on and pay for if you're up for it, Kavina. What do you say? Sober or drunk, that's up to you.
Yes.
Just no cheating.
Listen.
Can I say anything else? Can I say anything else before she answers?
Well, I'm
It hasn't-
worried.
I don't know.
I
Don't
don't
ruin
think it's
it.
going to help you, dude. Let's.
No. I think it will. I
right.
really enjoyed talking to you. I felt like opening up and telling you the truth about my past because I felt comfortable around you.
You felt drunk, is what you felt. dude.
No, he's
Jeff,
making
let
a-
him talk.
He is
Let him
making
talk.
a point here.
Okay.
I would like to get to know you better in a more lucid setting where we don't have to keep kids alive by drinking shot after shot.
Remember, because of the
The kids' charity
Yeah.
for the
What's
bar.
keeping
Yeah.
them alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well,
Yes,
Are you sold now, Kavina?
yeah, that's a weird invitation.
it is. But I did enjoy talking to you too. And I'm in a good mood today. So I think it's a yes.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Kavina's drunk
Sweet.
too.
She's not gonna
All right.
remember
Well,
this.
you guys are perfect for each other. Good luck.